Well, I just got done doing a nice long trip with, well, two trips actually with my Gladiator. Once all from Central California all the way to Central Oregon. And today we got back from basically halfway to San Diego from Central California down to Corona, California, where we pick up our targets for our indoor range right here. What you see right here is 1,000 pounds worth of paper. 1,000 pounds worth of paper in the back of my Gladiator. Now let's take a look at the squat real quick. Now on my truck, I have a rough country 2.5 in the front and an Ion 1.5 inch progressive spring in the back, and the squat is really, really good actually. Hardly squatted at all. It did drive a lot better with 1,000 pounds in the back, that's for sure. But what I want to tell you about is during the trip to Oregon, I had a U-Haul trailer that we pulled with it, and we had about 1,000 pounds worth of archery targets in the back. And here's the photo of that to show you what it kind of looked like hooked up to my truck. And we drove that back from Oregon all the way to here, and I averaged about 16.1 miles per gallon, 15.8 to 16.1 driving with a 10-foot trailer behind me and a bunch of targets inside that trailer. Not too bad for this Pentastar V6 that we have in this rig. Now today was a little bit different. We drove from here down to Corona and back. It was a 450-mile round trip all the way through the Grapevine, over the hills, down the hills, 4,000 feet, down to sea level, back up and back and forth, and really happy with that. I averaged probably 72, 74 miles an hour. In traffic, we are a couple of traffic jams down in Los Angeles where we were stopped going 5 miles an hour for 10 minutes. We had a lot of things going on today, but I will tell you, here's my fuel economy for today's round trip. 20 miles per gallon, hauling 1,000 pounds worth of payload in my Gladiator. So, that being said, this is a real quick mile per gallon thing. I've never had a Jeep before that can get this kind of gas mileage, and one of the tricks I use to get this kind of gas mileage is when I'm on flat land and I'm in cruise control at 72 or 70, I drop it into 8th gear manual and leave it there as long as it's flat land, because it'll lock it into that gear the whole time and not be jumping between 7th and 8th, 7th and 8th, 7th and 8th. And I think that's what I do to help me get better fuel economy in my Gladiator. So when you're on flat land and you're going just straight out in cruise control, drop it into 8th gear and just let it ride. You'll see a big difference in your fuel economy. Well, there you go. This is my 2022 Overland. It's got 33-inch BF Goodrich TKO2s on it, and like I said, a 2.5 and a 1.5 lift on it, and that's pretty much all I've done to it. I do have a aftermarket bumper and winch on the front, but that's the trip today. 20 miles to the gallon, loop, Corona, back to Hanford. Hope you like it.